Good morning, boys and girls. I'm Mayor Jim Fiorentini. Now, I'm going to take my mask off to talk to you, but whenever you're with a group of other people, outside or inside, if you're within a few feet, I want you to keep your mask on. I took it off so you'll be able to hear me. I'm reading today on behalf of Family Community Connections, a great group that's part of Haverhill Community Action. And I'd like to read this story to you. School's first day of school. That summer, they dug up the big field and poured the foundation and set brick on top of brick until they'd built a school. A sign above the door read, Frederick Douglass Elementary. That's a good name for me, thought the school. Most days, a man named Janitor came to mop the school and buff his floors and wash his windows. This is nice, the school said to Janitor. Just the two of us, school and janitor. Won't be just us for long, said Janitor. Soon the teachers will come, and then you'll be filled with children. The school creaked. Children? All kinds of children. They'll come to play games and to learn. Oh, said the school. Will you be here? You'll see me after the school day is over, said Janitor. Don't worry, you'll like the children. But the school thought that Janitor was probably wrong about that. The school didn't think it would like the children. Then they came, the children did, and there were more of them than the school could possibly have imagined. They got everywhere. They opened and closed all his doors and lockers and drank water from his fountains and played on his jungle gym. So that's what this is for, thought the school. Some of the older kids gathered by the school's back fence and showed each other their bored faces. This place stinks, said one of the kids, and the school gasped. I hate school, said another kid with puffy hair, to the agreement of his friends. The school sagged a little. One very small girl with freckles didn't want to come inside the school at all. Her mother had to carry her. It must be awful, the school whispered to itself. Later, he squirted the puffy-haired kid in the face, then felt bad about it afterwards. He watched the kindergarten kid sit on one of the rugs. The teacher said, as we go around the circle, please tell us your name. There was an Aiden and a Max and a Bella. The small girl with freckles was next, but she wouldn't speak. She only stared at her schools until the teacher moved on. I don't like school, she whispered into her lap. Well, thought the school, maybe the school doesn't like you either. And a Chloe, and a Caden, and an Emma, and another Aiden. See all the kids? The children were in their chairs finally, but just as the school was starting to relax, the school's fire bell sounded, and all the children, excited, and walked to the other side of the field and stared at the school. He was so embarrassed. He held the doors open for them when they returned. Sorry, he said as the first child entered. Sorry, 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 he told them. Even the girl with the freckles. At 12 o'clock, the school was filled with food. At 12:30, the school was filled with garbage. At one table, a boy told a funny joke, and another boy laughed so loud that milk came out of his shoes. Now I'm covered with nose milk, thought the school. He had to admit it was a pretty funny joke, though. Even the girl with freckles liked it. After lunch, the kindergarten kids learned about shapes. A rectangle has 4 sides, said the teacher. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a square has 4 sides, too. In fact, a square is actually a special kind of rectangle. Wow, said the school. I didn't know that. Afterwards, the children made pictures with glitter and paste. The girl with freckles made a picture of her school. It looks just like me, said the school, except glittery. At least, it's like she's known me all her life. Do you think I could have your picture? The teacher asked her. Don't tell anyone, but I think it's the best. The school thought she was probably right about that. The freckled girl smiled when the teacher stuck her drawing into the school wall with a push pin. Ouch, said the school, but she didn't mind. Not really. At 3 o'clock, the parents came to pick up the children. At 3:30, janitor came to pick up the school. I was full of kids, the school told them, and I heard a joke, and I accidentally had a fire drill, but everyone was nice about it, and I listened to a classroom, and I learned about shapes. You had a big day, said janitor. Do you think, the school said, do you think you could invite everyone to come back tomorrow, especially that little freckled girl? Janitor nodded. I'll see what I can do. Later, janitor sat on top of the school, and they watched the sun go down. In the beginning, I didn't know what I was, said the school. I thought I was your house. No, said janitor. I suppose some other place gets to be your house, the school added. Janitor nodded, that's true. But you get to be a school. That's lucky. And the school thought how right he was about that. And that's the end of the story, boys and girls. The first day of school as told by the school itself. Thanks for listening.